Okay, hi. Welcome to this new series, whatever I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna call it like deck theory, I think. I know I haven't been here for making content in a a while. We'll just call it a while. But I just really like wanted to. I just didn't know what to make. So I'm back. I'm here with this. Take a look at this beautiful deck on the screen. And this is what I'm calling Thunder Spright. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where's the Bestial cards? They're really good. They're like that one person topped that one event with Thunder Dragon Bestial. But it doesn't matter where that is because the so so I play Spright, right? Currently I play like Evil Twin Spright, and my thought was, Sprite monsters, they're thunder type. You know what else is thunder type? That's right, Thunder Dragon. Heck yeah. So then I just tried to mash them together, and I realized the perfect way to do this was Sprite Sprint. And this being released in Darkwing Blast means that you can play this deck as a deck. So I'm just gonna go over the deck. I'm gonna go over how it functions. I'm gonna go over what it does, and then maybe some other options and things like that. Okay, so this is, your Thunder Dragon stuff is fairly standard. Hawk ratios are like changeable, but I go for one because I'm at 41 cards as you see. So triple Dragon Roar. This is your best target to banish off of anything because you get to special summon Dragon Dark with it, or Matrix, whichever you want. Dragon Hawk is kind of nice. You can banish it if your hand's really bad, um, but it's also just like discarding it to special anything is pretty nice, and it's a nice search off of Dragon Dark if you already have Fusion in hand. Thunder Dragon is actually insane. So not only is it like a million Titan pops, it's also like a bajillion like plague spreader revives, and we'll get to that in a minute. Obviously, triple Dragon Dark, best card in the deck, searches fusion, just puts darks in the grave so easily. Yeah, so those are like the main Thunder Dragons, as well as Matrix, which just there to kind of trigger Titan, give you that 500 boost. It's a nice search, searches itself, so that's just really nice. Then as part of the Thunder Dragon package, you've got triple Aloof Lupine. This card is the heart and soul of this entire deck. And if you see this in your opener and it's not negated, you're actually golden. You're it's and we'll get into that in a bit. And then we're also on one Collapse Serpent, one Wyver Burster, because triggering your Thunders engrave, as well as getting a free body, as well as that body floating, as well as it's so much, and they're all really good. And then onto the Sprite stuff, fairly standard Sprite things again. Triple jet, triple blue, and one red, as well as the one carrot. That's like 99% standard. Triple starter, one smashers. Yeah, like Spright is Spright, it's such a powerful engine, and just needing to have a level or rank 2 on board, or a level or link 2, just means you can just slap them on the board, and they're really good. And then the one Plague Spreader zombie, this card is what you send off Sprint, if you hadn't guessed, and this is the card that allows you to go into the Spright engine because it's so nice. Although any level 2 that revives itself from the grave would do it. Plague Spreader was just really good because it's not once per turn. It's dark attribute. It is a tuner in theory, but it's a you could like play some synchro plays. If Chaos Ruler was unbanned, for example, maybe you could have a Dragon Roar and Plague Spreader, and that might be cool. Um, and then spells, triple Allure of Darkness. Um, you can banish like anything in the deck for this. Obviously there are some light targets, but you're nearly always going to see a dark. So um, yeah. Triple fusion. This can be cut down to two, but putting back your Thunder Dragons is really nice. You can like if you've got two Titan, you can just continuously put back Titan to summon Titan. Um, and that's really good. But it's the other big thing that stuck out to me was its second effect. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your grave, add one Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. This card searches Spright Blue, turn 3. This searches Spright Blue. Or, in the next format with the Ishizu cards, if they mill one of your fusions off the Ishizus, you just get to search any thunder, like Sprite Blue, Dragon Roar, whatever you want. Um, it's really good. Um, Triple Chaos Space, you search the Collapse Serpent, you search the Wyverburst, you search Levianeer, which we are playing, I forgot to mention. But this can be like replaced with any of your like big Chaos ones, like the new Chaos, the CED, fucking Blackluster Soldier, whatever, you know, any Chaos monster that can't be normal summoned or set. But you're mainly going for the mini ones first. Triple Starter and the Smashers, as I've already mentioned. And your extra deck is fairly standard for some sprite things, like one sprint, two elf, two gigantic, and I'm playing cat shark, but like it's up to you. You play whatever you want. Like I like it to like boost things, but it's not too needed. You could definitely replace cat shark. And for the thunder dragon things, I'm playing one Almirage. This is nice because you can like link off Dragon Matrix, but you can also link off Plague Spreader Zombie, which is the reason why I'm not using Link Rebo, although it's definitely an option. Uh, one Crush Sheep. This is also part of the main combo in the deck. Um, and we'll get to that in a minute. Cross Sheep's really good though. One Masquerena works with the Sprite stuff, works with like Unicorn, works with Griffin, just really really good. One Unicorn, one Apollosa, one Griffin, one Boral Sword, and then double Titan. Just really great cards. Okay, so let me go into the main combo for you. So here we go. This is Aloof Lupine plus Matrix or Dragon Roar. And then you are going to need one blank card, but you're opening obviously a hand of 5 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what you're going to want to do is start with a normal summon of Aloof Lupine, activating Aloof Lupine's effect, banishing one card from your hand as cost. You always want to banish a Thunder monster, and you banish his cost, which is insane. And you're always going to be wanting to banish Dragon Roar here, unless you open the Dragon Roar, then you can banish that and banish your Matrix from deck. But if you open like a Sprite card, because Aloof Lupine can banish your Sprites to banish Dragon Roar from deck, which is really, really nice. So you want to activate Dragon Roar as Chainlink 1, Dragon Matrix as Chainlink 2, and this way you're chain blocking your Dragon Roar. So you get your Matrix to replace itself, and Dragon Roar can summon into the Dragon Dark, which is really nice. Then what you can do is you link these two off into Cross Sheep, activating the Dragon Dark's effect. And this way, Dragon Dark will pick up a copy of Thunder Dragon Fusion. And from there, you'll just want to activate the fusion, put back all 3 of your Thunders that are banished or in the grave to summon the Titan, and you want to summon this to the Cross Sheep zone. Cross Sheep will then trigger, summoning your Aloof Lupine from the graveyard, because a fusion was summoned into its zone, and what you've got here is a Link 2 and a monster. What that means is that you can go into Sprite Sprint right here. So you can summon the Sprint, activate Sprint's effect, and use this effect to dump Plague Spreader Zombie. Pew! Now, in theory, there are some other good targets here. You could dump maybe even Tailament Smurley. You don't have, like, anything to really go into it, but if you maybe found some other uses, there's probably a good fusion monster out there, but this way, gets us into the Sprite package rather than a Tailament package, although you could definitely play a tier package. And we'll activate the effect of Plague Spreader Zombie, putting back the blank card to summon itself back. And I think the play is fairly obvious from here. We can just make Gigantic right here on the 32 because we used a Link monster. We'll use Gigantic's effect, so now we're locked into 2s, special the blue from deck. And then we can go blue effect, search Jet, Jet effect, search a starter effect, summon red, etc. The regular Sprite plays, and I'm just going to go through them here. So grabbing the Jet, grabbing the starter. Of course, you can grab Smashers if you already have red in hand. You can grab Smashers if you already have starter. It's up to you. Maybe you want to play a different target for Jet, but we'll just special summon red here. My zone placement's slightly off, but that's not too important right now. So then what we can do is we can turn these two into a Sprite Elf. Now your Titan is protected from targeting as well, and also can't be destroyed by card effects. So your Titan has Dragoon protection, which is really nice. So then you can just use Elf effect to revive the Spright Blue. And if you have another blank card here, you can also revive Plague Spreader for another play here. So then you can make Masquerena here, or you can make Gym Buster, or you could do any other play like that. So like you've got a really nice play here, right? So you've got you've got Matrix to trigger Titan effects, you've got Elf to revive, and you've got Red as a negate, you've got Masquerena to make Unicorn shuffle something back with another card in hand. Or you can, instead of putting these two into Elf, you could make Gymbuster here. Or you could, if you have the extra cards in hand, you can use Plague Spreader to summon itself back, turn Plague Spreader and something into an XYZ, or you can turn it into Masquerena, keep an extra body on board, and then you can make another Link or another XYZ, and that's really nice. And then you can just use the Elf to like revive the red on your opponent's turn for another point of interaction. And not to mention, Titan is really sticky on the board, and it's going to be hard to die due to its card destruction protection as well as targeting protection now, meaning that your Titan is going to stick around a lot. On top of that, if you want, you could 100% play Spright Pixies. You could definitely play Spright Pixies because the a thing to notice is that Spright Pixies is an effect that will activate in the hand, and it's a Thunder monster. So on your opponent's turn, you could revive Blue with the Elf, search the Pixies off of Blue, and then when your opponent attacks, you can activate the Pixies, chaining your Titan. And Titan's effect does activate during the damage step, so you could then pop another card on the field because this effect is not once per turn, which is really crazy. Some other options for this deck include Into the Vrains. This card is, I think, in theory, really crazy, but until they print a Link 1 that the Thunders can go into, it's not going to be as good. The main reason you can play this is because say you draw like Jet and Thunder Dragon monster, right? Your hand's not a very good hand, it doesn't do anything, but if you draw Into the Vrains with that, you can normal summon your monster, your Spright monster, activate Into the Vrains, special summon your Thunder Dragon, so like let's say you special summon Thunder Dragon Roar, you could make Cross Sheep here, you could make Sprint here, you could make Elf here, and if you if you make the Elf, your Elf can revive the Spright that you normal summon to get that effect to trigger, as well as your Dragon Roar, Dragon Dark, Dragon Hawk, Dragon Matrix is going to activate on that same on the chain, and your Into the Vrains will prevent responses, as well as you can chain the Elf to that effect to still prevent responses with Into the Vrains, which is really, really nice. A third card you can consider is Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm Mech. This card is funny. It's funny because it can like it just applies your effects of stuff in the graveyard. I mean, allowing you to apply Hawk's effect to just revive, get a free revive. You can apply Roar's effect to add stuff back, Dark's effect to add a copy of Dark, even Thunder Dragon to add Thunder Dragon, or just Matrix to boost, which is really nice, especially when this is only a 2800 body. As well, it provides protection for any Thunder monster, which includes all your Spright cards. Banishing 3 cards from your graveyard instead. This includes your spells and traps, but this also includes your Thunder Dragons to trigger their effects. And what's best about it, you can make it with your Sprites if you really wanted to. You can go to a couple of Thunder Dragons and some Sprites into Thunderstorm Mech. I don't recommend it, but it is a funny option. And of course, the third option is Dimension Shifter, because this card is going to be insane in the current coming format, and if you're not playing it, you're playing a deck that dies to it. And yeah, this definitely probably a side deck card. You're going to want to play this in the side minimum, because beating a Shizu tier with this card is going to be so pivotal. And activating this into a tier effect, into like an Ishizu effect or a tier effect, and then having them banish your Dragon Roars or Dragon Darks and getting their effects is going to be one of the best feelings ever. I promise you. I promise you. Watching them go Havness and then you chain Shifter, or watching them like go Foolish Burial, they send in Ishizu and you chain Shifter to that effect, and watch as they banish the top 5 cards of both decks, and then you go, okay, cool, activate Thunder Dragon Roar and Thunder Dragon Dark, summon a body, search a body, and just laugh at them. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this deck theory craft. This is just the series that I'm going to be doing now, where I have cool ideas for decks, and I'm going to theory craft them, and I'm going to create them, and I'm going to show them off to you all. Feel free to just take this, please, please take this, take it to your locals, tell me how you did, and I just want to see it in work. I just want to see it in action. Honestly, I might take it myself to my locals on Saturday. We'll definitely see. So, in that case, I'll see you all next time on the next deck theory, and we'll just see what type of chaos I come up with. Have a good one.